Okay, y'all, so I'm doing a seafood boil today, and I'm going to show y'all what we're having. You can use any combination of seafood you want. It doesn't have to be exactly what I have. The technique and the ingredients, as far as the seasonings, are more important than what seafood you use. Because you can use just shrimp, you can use just crab legs, you can use whole crab, you can use blue crab, Dungeness crab, you can use snow crab, whatever. So, what we're doing is we're going to do king crab legs. I think this is about 6 pounds, somewhere in there. We got some, we went to Sam's and I just grabbed a couple of bags of whatever. Got some tiger shrimp, some lobster tails, some Kaneka sausage, some corn, garlic, of course, and I got mussels, and I got the wrong bag. I meant to get the raw mussels. I didn't mean to get cooked mussels, but whatever. Some green onion, butter, of course, Old Bay, Creole seasoning, shrimp and crab oil, Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. It could be any brand. Lemon pepper seasoning, paprika, cayenne pepper, potatoes, and limes. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to add a couple tablespoons of this into your pot. This is very potent. You don't need to do not add the whole bottle. Like I said, add a couple tablespoons, read the label depending on the type of pot. And like you see, I only have a certain amount of water in there, only because as you add stuff, the water is going to rise. And then you're going to top the pot off as you add in your seafood. Now, you're going to be heavy-handed on all your dry seasonings. So at this point, you're going to add your shrimp boil, and then you're going to add in your garlic, and then you're just going to dump in you're going to put a couple tablespoons of each of your dry seasonings into your pot. You're going to let it simmer a little bit so that the seasonings can dissolve. And I'm going to put green onion in here also. Excuse me. And then you're going to put your potatoes in, and then you're going to let those cook for a few minutes so that they can soften up. And then you're going to start adding in your seafood, and I'll show you what to do. Now, you're also going to add in some limes or lemons, whichever you prefer. I prefer limes. Now I'm adding in my sausage because I want to get that you want to get that water even more seasoned. You want to use a very, very well-seasoned sausage. You can use beef sausage, chicken sausage, turkey sausage, pork sausage, whatever you want to use. Totally up to you. So you want to get that in there, and you want to get that cooking for a little bit so that you can season the water. Okay, so now after your sausage is cooked for about 10 minutes, you're going to add in your lobster tails. So you're going to add in because some of your stuff is going to be steamed already, like your crab legs are going to be pre-steamed unless you got some raw blue crab. But in this event, my lobster tails are still a little frozen, so I'm adding those in. And then I'm also going to add in a stick of butter. Yeah. And I've removed the lobster tails so that they don't overcook. And I'm going to add them in later, but I let them cook just until they're about done. And I remove them and some of the potatoes to make room and so that the potatoes don't get too mushy. Okay. So I'm going to bend the crab legs a little bit so that they fit into the pot. And then I'm going to let that go for a few minutes, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm adding these back on top just so that they're not really close to the heat and that they're going to stay warm, but they're not going to overcook. All right. Okay, so now you're going to add in your shrimp and your corn. I add the corn in right when I add the shrimp because, and if your mussels are raw, you're gonna add them in now too. I don't like my corn to get overcooked, so just enough time for the shrimp to get done is just the perfect time for me for the corn to be done. Now, because I bought cooked mussels, unfortunately, duh, I put those in after this is about done, and I put those in. They're defrosted, and I put them in just to heat them through and to get some seasoning in. And after each addition of seafood, add in some more seasoning. Especially at this point, go ahead and add in some more seasoning so that you're not diluting your water. Okay, so this is it. It's done. And then I turn the pot off and I just let everything steep for about 10 minutes. And then I serve. I use a ladle or a strainer and I take it all out. I put it in a pot, in a pan, and I serve on the table like this. And I'm going to show you how I make my garlic cream sauce. Okay, so you're gonna melt some butter. Right here I'm doing a stick of butter. I'm gonna melt it and then I'm gonna add some garlic and some shallots. A lot of garlic and some shallots, as a matter of fact. And you're gonna let that saute for about 3 to 5 minutes, just until it becomes fragrant and your butter really becomes infused with the garlic flavor. And then you're going to add some Creole seasoning as that is sauteing. And a couple tablespoons of that. I would advise you to use unsalted butter because that Creole seasoning has salt in it. So do that. I'm sorry if y'all heard this automatic spray air freshener. So now that that's cooked up, you're going to add in your heavy cream. And then you're going to mix that in and you're going to let that come up to a simmer and thicken up. Okay, so now you're going to add in some chopped green onion. And you're going to taste this and adjust the seasoning as needed. You're going to let it simmer and thicken. Almost forgot. Add in some squeezed lime and go ahead and let it thicken up. And here's where you want to be. As you can tell, it is thickened. Everything is thoroughly mixed. You should go ahead and taste it. If you need to adjust your seasonings, do so. If you feel it's too salty, add a little more heavy cream or milk. Okay, so you're going to serve the sauce on the side. You can pour some over and then serve the rest on the side. I just want to thank y'all so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't done so already. I want to thank y'all for always being so supportive. If you have any questions, just ask. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.